And we are rolling. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm in my BMW E60 520D and we're going out for another drive. We're doing a POV style drive. Now there's going to be a few points to this video really. It's going to kind of be an update with regards to what is going on with this car, my plans and such forth going forward. And it's also going to be kind of a review and really, you know, is a 520D, a BMW 520D good enough for a daily driver? Now, we have less than a quarter of a tank of fuel. I don't like to go without a quarter of a tank, so we are going to stop and get some fuel now. It's kind of a recurring factor on these POV drives at the moment, so we are pulling into Shell once again. We're going to get £20 worth of diesel, and yeah, I'll check in with you when we are done. Okay, so we have fuel now, got just under half a tank, and I really hope that they have switched to the summer fuel now, because yeah, I know it's been pretty cold here in the UK, but my MPG has been suffering big time. Now granted, I don't do many long distance trips now. I don't do many motorway miles and things like that. I only really do local driving, but I mean my average MPG is only 36 at the moment, and yeah, it definitely takes a big hit when they change to the winter fuels, because it is less fuel efficient, it has less energy value. They put lots of different things in to stop the diesel gelling and things like that. And of course, with it being winter, with it being colder, your engine takes longer to get to operating temperature, so it's more time that the engine is less efficient essentially. But yeah, let's get on the way anyway. Okay, so I guess we should start off the conversation by kind of going through what is coming for this car, what is coming for the 520D, what can you expect on the channel over the next few weeks and months. Now, I know that this car, you know, the engine in this car is pretty much the only reason why a bunch of you guys are watching my channel. I'm aware of that, you know. I know that there's certain cars that I upload videos on that you guys are really not interested in, and that's fine, that's completely fine. I completely understand. And you're probably wondering, you know, are you going to upload any more videos on the 520D, on the M47? And the answer is yes, I am going to be uploading more videos on it, because I know that you guys like to see that content, and there is some things that I need to do to this car, and there's definitely more videos that I can make with regards to the N47 engine. So do expect more videos on the way. And I just want to say, if the audio quality is not the best, I do apologize. I am using the internal microphone on the GoPro, which is on my head at the moment, so do be patient. I am kind of in the process of trying to find a external microphone, so yeah, just be patient. I will have some better audio coming in the near future. So then, what do I think about the 520D? You know, would I recommend buying it as a daily driver? Is it good enough? Does it have enough power? And should you buy that over, say, a 530D, 535D? And the answer is yes and no. It really depends what you need in a car. I mean, going to this car over my previous cars, this was like double the power, you know, compared to anything I'd previously had. So it was like a massive jump in power. Now, is it lightning fast after owning it for, you know, almost 2 years now? No, it's not lightning fast. It's a 2-litre diesel. Granted, it has been remapped. It has had, you know, a few little minor modifications, but it's not lightning fast. You know, it's a diesel saloon car. In my opinion, if you want a fast car, if you want a fun car to drive, and this car, you know, it's not a boring car to drive, but I think if you want a fun car, if you want a fast car, you've got to go petrol. You know, I don't really see, I mean, I do get it. I get why people want a fast diesel, because they want the combination of the fuel economy and they want, you know, the power, they want the torque as well. But in my opinion, like, diesels are always going to be kind of dull, because you don't have the noise of a petrol. You know, no matter what you do to the exhaust, a diesel is never ever going to sound as good as a petrol. So that kind of takes away from the fun factor. And so I think if you're having a diesel, the sole reason of having a diesel is for fuel economy. You know, in my opinion, you don't buy a diesel for the power. You buy a diesel because you do a lot of miles, which when I bought this car, I was doing a lot of miles. I was doing like 15,000 miles a year or so. I was doing a lot of long distance journeys, which I'd, like I said earlier, I don't do a lot of anymore. As you guys know, I've taken the plunge to do YouTube as a full-time job, so I'm not having to commute to and from work. So yeah, I'm doing a lot less miles now. It's, you know, probably 3,000 or 4,000 miles per year this car does. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense for me to have this right now, but I'll have it. You know, I may be swapping it for something else, something very similar, but something completely different. I don't want to give too many things away, but yeah, if I do sell this, I may be getting something, like I said, completely different, but very similar in the same respects. But yeah, I've kind of just gone on to a tangent there. But yeah, you know, is the 520D good enough for a daily driver? The short answer, yes it is. It has more than enough power, especially after a remap. You know, it's more than enough power to overtake. It's more than enough power for daily driving. Is it going to rip your face off? Is it going to, you know, win races against higher powered cars? Of course it isn't. But it does the job. It's a very, very good, efficient car. You know, it's very, very comfortable. I would go as far as to say this is the most comfortable car that I've ever owned, and most comfortable car that I've ever driven. And it's such a delight to put miles on it, really. It really is. And yeah, like I said, it's 2-litre diesel, does the job fantastically. If you're doing long distance driving, you should see upwards of 55 to 60 miles per gallon, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. Now, kind of comparing it to, say, a 530D or a 535D, you know, I don't care what people say, the 530D or 535D is not going to be as efficient as the 520D. It just isn't. Like, I know people claim some crazy figures from those engines, but if you look at a real average, then you'll see that, you know, you're not going to get as many miles per gallon in the 30D, or sorry, you actually have the 25D as well, which I can't forget. The 25D, 30D or 35D, you're just not going to get as good fuel economy if you're driving the exact same. Now then, in conclusion, is the 520D a good all-rounder, a good daily driver? And I'm going to have to say yes. Yes, it is. It has done the job very, very well. Like I said, more than enough power, brilliant MPG on, you know, medium to long drives, and yeah, it does the job very, very well, as you would expect. It's the BMW, it's a diesel, it's not going to rip your face off. So if you are thinking of, you know, buying a car which you want to be very fun, you want to sound great, then, you know, don't go diesel. You know, you're probably better off going for a larger petrol engine, like a 530i or even like an M5 or something like that. if you want the sheer fun factor and the performance. So yeah, hopefully that kind of answers a few questions that you may have on the 520D. Now I think we are going to have a bit of fun in this car. I've been driving for 15 minutes or so, so the engine should be up to temperature somewhat. So yeah, we are going to have a bit of fun in this car, because you can still have fun in a 2-litre diesel in a 520D. So we are going to do exactly that. Now we're not going to put down the window so you can hear the amazing exhaust note, because there really isn't much one, but we are still going to have some fun. We're going to just ride the diesel torque, we're going to push on, and yeah, just test the capabilities of this car, I guess, as I have a car coming towards me overtaking a cyclist. For what it is, you know, this car does actually handle very, very well. Now I know I have done some bits to it, you know, I do have very good tyres on it, Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres. I've polybushed the rear subframe, I've updated, you know, the track rod ends, the rear toe adjustment arms and things like that. So I have, you know, spent some money on this thing, but like, it's still got the standard suspension, standard M Sport suspension and all the rest of it. I think that's all you need in a car, to be honest. And yeah, it handles like very, very well. Like I said, for what it is, it's a family saloon car, and it delivers a brilliant level of comfort and performance. So I'll do a quite sharp turn in here. Oh, well, I was going to do, but this car wants to come in. But yeah, like, turns in very, very well. No real oversteer or understeer. It sort of is very direct. Wherever you plan to place it, that's where the car will go, and that's largely down to the hydraulic power steering, which is kind of a benefit of getting something like an E60. I don't know, I mean, you know, quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that they carried the hydraulic power steering into the F10. Like I said, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's electric power steering in the F10 and even later the G30 BMW 5 Series. I just think hydraulic power steering is so much better. It's like, it's just so, it feels so much more direct, and you're so much more connected, and the steering wheel actually has some weight to it. You know, not too much weight, but a bit, you know, just the right amount of weight, really. Because I've been in cars with electric power steering in the past, and they just feel all over the place. It's really sloppy and just way too light, and I haven't enjoyed the drive because of that, to be honest. Just a little 4th gear overtake. Easily done. I'll tell you what, I have much more confidence in this car, in the 5 Series, going fast compared to the 7 Series. So much more confidence. This thing handles so much better. I mean, that's largely down to the amount of work that I've done into it, and that, you know, the fact that that's put a lot of confidence in me. But yeah, like, it handles 10 times better, and I want to kind of get the 7 Series to handle like this. You know, this thing still pulls, it's still got a very decent amount of power. I really don't know why you need any more than this power for a daily driver, to be honest. There is one thing that I do kind of find annoying with this car, and I don't know if it's a E60 thing or a, you know, a 520D thing or a diesel thing or what, but the gears are so long. Like, you have to, you know, you can't really change up to 2nd gear until you're doing about sort of 10-12 miles an hour, and that's like really weird. Like, if you're going, you know, sort of less than about 12 mile an hour in 2nd gear, it really starts to struggle, because you start to do like less than 1000 RPM. So it means that when you're driving, you know, like, I mean, I'm doing 10 mile an hour and I'm only doing 1500 RPM. So yeah, at 12 miles per hour, you're doing 2000 RPM. and that's around the time that you want to change up. So yeah, like I said, if you're driving around, you know, a car park or something, you end up having to drive around in first gear. Either that, or you start to really make the engine struggle, start to labour the engine. Nice Cooper D there, that'll have the M47 engine. That'll likely be the 1.6 M47 engine though. So that'll be the N47D16C engine, more than likely. Okay then guys, so I think I am going to wrap this video up. I can't think of anything else that I want to add. The only thing I will say is, if you own an E60 or a 520D or anything really with the M47 engine, do you think that it's good enough as a daily driver? Do you feel like it has adequate power? You know, do you regret buying it, or are you wanting to you know, upgrade to something else? Let me know down in the comment section below, because I am interested to hear people's thoughts. Now bear in mind, this is not my only car. I do have two other cars, so I am a bit spoiled in that regard. You know, I don't have to kind of have everything that I need in a car in just one car. This is a daily driver, this is, you know, the car that goes on long journeys and whatever else, but then I do have another car, the 130i, that's kind of like the fun weekend toy, if you like. And I have the 760 Li, of course, which is just a complete riot, and that's just a project car really. That's something that I may or may not keep for the long term. But yeah guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you have enjoyed it, please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace! That was a fail. Peace!